everybody. I'm Steph.
I'm Michael.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Today we have our top 10 games that we learned in December 2025.
That's right. And it's New Year's Eve.
It is.
Now, usually we have a rule. Do not do the top 10 list before the month is over. But we're cutting it off. No more new games with a whole 5 hours and 45 minutes left to go in the year.
That's right.
So, but that said, there's a lot of people who are already doing their top games of 2025 like early in December.
I know.
You can't do that.
No, there's still tons of time.
And there's a reason for it. Because in the last 3 days of December, 7 of my top 10 games were learned on December 29th, 30th, or 31st.
That's a significant chunk.
And I will guarantee you one of those will make my top 10
What do you mean?
of the year.
Oh, top 10 of the year.
Top 10 of the year, which is why you don't do your top 10 of the year early in December, because the year was not over.
Mm-mm.
And now it's finally over.
Yeah.
So, Cosmic Beat said December's getting the rough end of the stick.
It always does. It always does.
Everyone gets busy. Steph goes home for more than a week. And we both got sick.
That does not help.
First,
I'm just saying a lot of people already have posted their list
exactly.
around, and so it gets the rough end because nobody counts the end of the year as
counts
like
it.
It's just like a void of nobody knows what's happening in December.
That's right. That's right. But no, there's time to play, especially between Christmas and New Year's. A lot of people take vacation.
Yeah.
A lot of people are on mandatory vacation because their entire company shuts down.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect time to learn what could be your favorite game of the year. And that might have happened. So,
yeah.
The start of December, it did start off rough, I gotta say.
It was pretty rough early. We didn't play some good ones. We each learned 25 games, and that's it. Like, that's...
That, and most people might say, that's almost one a day. That's nothing around here.
Yeah.
We generally get 50 to 60 in a month, which is why you did make your 600 new games.
I hit 600 new games this year.
Yes.
And then I'm stopping. So that was that.
Matt started his New Year's Eve digital board game marathon, been posting them to YouTube all day. Nice. So, before we start, well, let me say, before we even do that, I had 576 new games this year. You had 600 even.
Yeah.
And stopped. Matter of fact, she hit her 600th and then played a game that I had not played before.
That I played in August.
Geographist?
July. Gen Con. I was trying to say Gen Con and July.
Gen Con,
August,
July.
And it's like one of those days because it's over the 2.
Gengist.
It's a Gengist.
But before we start, let's go ahead and say it's a new year. It's time to buy Steph's Awesome Gaming Calendar 2026. Everyone says, I don't have a need for an analog calendar. I've got everything digital. No, this is art. You're purchasing this for the art. And incidentally, you could add things to the calendar that's
right.
on your wall. Add your gaming weekends. Add your weeks off. Add the games that you hope to play this month, right?
Right.
And if you don't have any ideas of what to play, look, there's all sorts of great ideas. And if you don't know what these games are, they're down here in the corner. And all for the low, low price of $15 plus shipping. Do not wait. Go ahead and purchase Steph's Awesome Gaming Calendar 2026. And actually, you have 100 fewer calendars this year. Don't wait, or it might be too late.
Yeah.
Chelfia's rule might actually apply.
That's right.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone.
So,
Do it.
Do it. So, Steph will post the link down below.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and start on our top 10 list. My number 10 game is a game we actually played early in the month.
Yeah.
From Game Ed Games. It's called Trinket Trove. Now, this game is a super cute game. And just because a game is cute doesn't mean that it's automatically bad. This is actually a good one. In Trinket Trove, you are trying to collect certain trinkets and get sets of them to get points. But you have to offer up trinkets to trade for other trinkets. I sort of liken this game to Money, the game Money by Knizia, where you are offering up some of your bills in order to collect other bills. Well, it's the same thing with Trinket Trove. You are offering up some of your trinkets in exchange for other trinkets. So I think it really works. Not everything is worth the same amount. Some of them obviously worth more than others, especially if you can get a certain number of them, and some of them are hard to collect. So
I really liked it. I like it because it's your bidding. You're placing a bid to try and get first dibs at the cards, but you have to manage those cards that you're placing because they're coming from your hand, or you could just go for luck of the draw, zero bid if you really don't like what you see. So
unlike Money, you can do a zero. Well, I guess you can do a zero type bid in Money, but you also get cards, randomly from the deck in there.
And I think that actually ultimately makes the game better for me.
Slightly better.
And so I think there's a lot of really good decisions here. It's a quick game. Maybe we'll use it as our tea for the alphabet challenge.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since James and Susan, who do the alphabet challenge with us on January 1st every year, they know how to play.
Yep.
So yeah, that is Trinket Trove from Gamehead. Heroic Logic says a calendar on a wall can be an information radiator in a way that an electronic document cannot be. It's true. All right, your number 10.
My number 10.
Barely missed my list.
Is Unlock Supernatural Adventures. Now, specifically the Nova City case, because we only played one of the three.
Yeah, from Space Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to mention, before we go any farther, all of these games, except for one from each of us, were provided to us by the publishers, but they didn't give it to us in exchange for our videos or for their placement on this top 10 list. They gave them to us because they know we like to play all the games. There's the disclaimer. And we can continue.
Yeah, because I like to rate each individual scenario its own thing. So, like, the other games could be way better or worse. And so this is strictly on the Nova City game because I liked it. I think there were a couple of frustrating parts in it, but overall, I think the enjoyment of the game was still it was there for me, and I had a great time playing it. Yep. So I thought they did some pretty interesting things with the superheroes. Unique
things that they did with the camera on the app, where the cards will change based on what you see.
Yeah.
It
was pretty cool
in the app.
So I think it's definitely, if you like the Unlock games, this is definitely one to look for.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah. My number 9 game is your number 9 game.
Oh, hold on then. Not ready for it.
You're not ready for both of us to have it. And a lot of times, it's not often that we line up exactly, especially since Steph plays games that I don't play, which means by the time I play them, then they're on a different month. And so that should cause things to go off a little bit.
We actually have 4 overlapping this month.
Well, that's good.
This game is our number 9.
It's Gwent. Actually, it's The Witcher Gwent Legendary card game from No Loading Games. And this was somewhat of a surprise.
Because I really am not a fan of Magic or two-player
battlers.
Like get your cards in a deck and figure out what you want to put there and
build a deck,
and then go for it. So this was quite a surprise for me, even because I'm like, this is no way.
Right. So the board is not required because ultimately it is 3 ranks of cards that you are playing against your opponent, a melee range, a melee area, a ranged area, and a siege engine area. Basically, you just need a spot for your leader, your deck, your discard pile. But they do include a paper game board. It probably wasn't required. It's hard to get that folded up paper to lie flat on the table. So ultimately, we just chucked it. So
I think it's more for those who can't visualize it or don't know that kind of game. Maybe like if you're getting into that kind of game for the first time.
I agree. So for those of you who are familiar with The Witcher 3 on PC and I assume on certain consoles, I'm not sure. I'm only aware of it on PC. Supposedly this game was in The Witcher 3. I started playing Witcher 1 because I like playing things in order. So I've not encountered this game yet. This game is supposedly in Witcher 3 in the PC game. So that is interesting. And supposedly the same strategies that you use in the PC game, 99% of it translates to this game.
Weird.
So that's cool. There are 5 different factions in Gwent Legendary card game. And you can deck build as much as you want with this, but we just use the starter decks for 2 of the factions. So, low expectations. Went in with super low expectations, was very pleasantly surprised. And I'm surprised it made your list because you are less interested in 2-player battlers than I am.
Yeah, but what I like about it is that you get a hand of 10 cards that you have to manage the whole game with. It's like super minimalistic. Like there isn't a whole lot to like know or have to do. It's just you have to manage those 10 cards to try and win the battles.
10 cards, first 1 to 2 wins. Cosmic Beat says, no supposedly about it. It most certainly is in the game. Dan says, by Witcher 3, the guy should really be the witchiest. You got Witcher, and Witchist, I guess. That's
yeah, maybe.
Dan. So, ultimately, you're playing things for their strengths and their abilities. Some cards will let you draw other cards. Sometimes your team abilities will give you something that you can do, like your monsters can bring in other monsters. Like you played 1 vampire and 6 more immediately hit the table in front of you, and I'm like, what?
All vampires from the deck.
Yeah.
So ultimately, at the beginning, you get 2 discards. I should discard the 2 vampires.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I should have done.
Yes. So ultimately,
the learning game, I learned from it, right? So now I can go into the second game and realize exactly what I did wrong in the first game and fix that.
Yeah. So if you are a fan of The Witcher, be sure to toss a coin to No Loading Games and pick up Gwent Legendary card game.
Yeah.
My number 8 was your number 8. Amazingly enough.
That's huge.
Matt is up to 1,248 games played this year, mostly digital. Mysterium is his most played at 189. Hey, that already makes the 100 by 100 challenge all by himself.
I know.
And he's got one of his 100.
I did that with my city this year for sure.
For those of you who don't know, one of our viewers, Jelfia, has taken over management of our 100 by 100 community challenge, meaning amongst all of us, you included, if you want to do so, you can join our 100 by 100 challenge. And hey, started for 2026, where we're going to play 100 games, a total amongst all of us 100 times. So if you play even 20 or 30 of a game, you've gotten us a third of the way there for that one game. So number 8 from 25th Century Games, it's Operation Barclay. So you want to go first, or you want me to?
You can.
All right. So in Operation...
Theme is not my thing.
In Operation Barclay, it's set in World War II. It's not a war game. One player is taking the role of British intelligence, planning out a primary and secondary landing spot. The Germans are trying to discover this information. And by the way that they do so is by careful playing of cards to a poker hand in front of each of us. 3 cards up, 2 cards down. Not only are you could be trying to win the hand in front of you, you could be predicting the winner, or you could be playing cards that add little reconnaissance or tank icons, and if you play the most of those, then you could get some more information. If the British player wins these aspects, then they are keeping information from the Germans. If the German player wins those aspects, they are going to reveal information on the board, and that might just reveal where those landing spots are. And if the German player can reveal primary and secondary landing spots, they've won the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the British player wins.
I think it's an interesting game because you're trying to get a good poker hand, but you're also at the luck of the draw and
playing one card at a time. Play one, draw one.
Yeah, so
you don't know what you've got.
You can customize as you go.
I believe you've got a hand of 4 as well, so you don't have that 5th card. You don't know what you're going to get.
Right. It's a very interesting hand management game. So if you do enjoy hand management, then this is it's clever. So I liked it.
I agree.
So theme is not for me, but I did enjoy like the puzzly hand management and cool bonuses and actions you get.
Yep. And so that is number 8 for both of us, Operation Barclay from 25th Century Games.
Yeah.
My number 7 is a game that you had already played at Gen Con.
Gen Con.
And it was my last game of the year.
I know.
As a matter of fact.
We just played it.
And it makes my number 7 position. It's Orbit from Bitewing Games.
A Knizia.
Yeah, Knizia title. So, everyone says, oh, Michael doesn't like Knizia. No, I just don't give him a free pass, but he does have some fine games, clearly. So, in Orbit, it's a fairly light game where you have planets that are orbiting in these chaotic patterns on this board, double-sided board. So there are 2 different, you're not stuck with just one pattern. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, the backside of the board has planets with orbits that can diverge paths. And if you're the one that chooses the path, then you can choose to make it go somewhere away from your opponent. So
nice.
They don't go around in a normal solar system. They're just going all around. Matter of fact, you've got some going clockwise, some going counterclockwise. And there are various space stations littered amongst areas of the board. So your goal is to try to visit each of the 8 planets, or 7 or 8 planets. Anything that is not your planet color, because you're starting on your own colored planet. So blue player starts on the blue planet. Doesn't have to go visit the blue planet. Already been there, done that. So if you visit a space station, you're going to get what's on it. If you visit the planet, that's going to be 1 planet down and could potentially give you some kind of a benefit, like increased hand size or extra energy capacity. Energy can help you go a little bit farther. When you're playing cards from your hand, you're playing it for its special ability and for the amount that you are going to move your spaceship and for the planets that are going to move along their orbits in whatever direction that they're going to go. So, cute little game where you're just, managing your hand, managing the places where everything is on the board. And
having now played it twice, once with 2-player, once with 4 players, I do think I like it with a little bit more chaos with 4 players. It's totally chaos with 4 players.
Yeah, because the red planet is zero, it's gone.
And so we're totally, and so you're like, you have to kind of be spur of the moment, like, okay, take the opportunity to play this card and get where you need to go.
And I like that. That's disaster mitigation. That is one of my favorite mechanics.
I didn't see it that much in 2 players.
Right.
Which is
because
fine.
Things don't move as much.
If you want a more controlled game, or you could possibly just flip over 2 cards and...
Well, that's what I was going to say. If you want that extra spice, in between player turns, you could have just a random card flip over.
Yeah. Yeah, and it might be a little bit more exciting, if you will.
I like that variant.
But, yeah, so for me, I did enjoy it with the 4 people. Yep. And it's quick, so... Yep.
And there's also a variant inside that adds an extra planet as just an extra space station. Everyone has to visit that spot. You can add in the Nebula expansion, which is going to add some things as well. So there are different variants that you can use to spice things up.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it was super cute.
Yeah, I liked it.
Definitely worth checking out. And Bitewing has a lot of these Knizia games.
I know, a lot of Knizia
coming out, and so be sure to check out Orbit from Bitewing Games.
Yep. My number 7 is Suna Valo from Capstone Games. This is a 1 or 2 player game.
Yeah.
So you can't.
Can you play it? Can you play it 1 player?
I think so. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure, yes. This is a engine building game where you are building up your little, I don't know, was it a valley?
Tableau. Yeah, your farm area.
The theme is hard for me. I don't know. So you're basically going to buy a card on your turn and put it into your tableau and then run wherever you put the line. So if you put it into your garden area, you'll get all of the other garden cards and stuff that you have that will produce. And so you're trying to manage your resources to fulfill contracts. Ultimately, you want to deliver contracts to the boats, and you'll want to deliver personal contracts. And then there's the other, there's another way that you can deliver goods.
There's the top row of delivery things, which I think is just a normal village delivery, and then the boat delivery down below.
And what's cool about this, every time you do one of these deliveries, you get to basically upgrade your player board. So if I make that crate delivery, I unlock the crate from anywhere that I have a crate, and now I have this extra ability. So you're increasing your abilities and you're building your engine of cards, all while trying to score these points and fulfill the contracts. And so it's very puzzly. It's a lot of fun.
Yep.
I did enjoy it.
Yep. I think the only weakness to Sunavalo is, so you're playing this over 3 eras, right? Somewhere in the bottom 4 cards, you are shuffling in, revealing another boat card and another, I can't remember what it is, but the village shipping card. There's a boat shipping and a normal shipping card, right? You're revealing those in the last 4 cards of the game. Well, on that last era, that also triggers the end of the game. And okay, you're flipping over this last shipping opportunity. You might get an extra turn at the end to deal with that, and you might not. And even if you do have an extra turn, then it's random chance. Do you have those goods? I didn't have anything.
I know. And if I had known a turn before, I could have kept the goods I needed to do that one. So I agree. I wish it was just shuffled randomly and not necessarily into the final.
I think that this might have needed a little bit more baking. And maybe just have it to where you're going to run through the entire deck. So I think if I were to continue to play this game over and over, I would just shuffle in all the cards randomly. Number one, it's a lot easier to deal with setup in that case. You don't have to fish those 2 cards out, shuffle up all the other cards, deal out 2 cards, shuffle those 4 cards together, put those on the bottom and those on top of that. No. It's too much hassle. Shuffle them all up together.
I mean, they must have play tested something to make them want to do that. But
had to have, but I don't see the goodness in it. I don't see what it fixes.
No, I don't either.
And that did, spoiler, it is making my list. It could have been a slot or 2 higher if that had been just a little bit smoother. As it was, it seemed like those just came out bloop at the very end of an era, and you really don't have time to deal with it. Okay.
Yeah, it should just be random, because it could still happen where they come out at the end, but at least you know it's somewhere in the deck.
Yes.
Versus the end of the deck.
Yeah.
But I did really like it. And I knew it would be one that, just by looking at it at Gen Con, it looked really cool, so I was like very excited to try it. So I'm glad we did play it.
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's Sunavala from Capstone Games.
Hey, another 25th century game.
I have got 2 of them on my list.
I know.
Yeah. My number 6 game is a remake of Havana from 25th Century Games called La Habana. In La Habana, you are basically taking a set of action cards. We each have, it plays up to 4 players. You all have the same action cards, and you're going to put 2 of them down. If I've put a 2 and a 7 down, for example, I've got an initiative of 27. Lowest number to the left, other number to the right. You're going to have, put the numbers together. What do you got? 27. That's going to be my initiative for the round. We go from lowest to highest, handling the actions on both of these cards. Ultimately, you are potentially getting bricks, getting money, getting workers in order to build these cards in these rows. There's a catch. You can only build from the sides of the rows. Whatever 4 cards are on the ends, that's what you can build. When the rows run out, then you're going to open up the row again and put more cards in the middle of the rows. You are obviously, the better powers have the higher numbers, but you're also discarding these cards as you are using them. Cool little twist of my 27 card. On the next round, I'm either keeping my 2 or my 7. And when I do that, I'm putting one of them to the side and putting another card face down. Oh, what's my new initiative? So that is going to change things up. You're discarding cards, and you can't get access to those without playing a card that gets them back to you, or when you have 2 cards left. Problem is, when one player gets enough victory points, the end of the game happens. So yeah, I did not cycle through my deck more than once. So, matter of fact, I had 2 cards left at the end, which would have triggered a reshuffle for me.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I never played Havana either.
I thought I had, but clearly I had not. It must be Cuba that I've played. I really
like the new look of this game. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, for those of you who...
They changed a few things.
Yeah, this is... For those of you who have seen Havana and Cuba, it was a brown box edition.
Santo de Cuba.
Santiago de Cuba.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. and they all had the same box look. This definitely looks different than the older editions. Some people prefer this new edition. Some prefer the look of the other edition. I like this the watercolor look of these. It's really bright and colorful. I think 25th Century did a really good job of re-implementing. They also rebalanced some of these cards a little bit. Some of the 2s became 3s, 3s became 2s. Some of the Take That has been taken out, not completely, but a little bit. I think there's one that's the Thief. Now it steals 2 or 3 coins. I think the older version stole half of someone's coins, so it takes a little bit of the Take That out.
That's true.
Which, you know, if you like a little bit meaner version, you might keep the old school Havana. And if you prefer a little bit less Take That, then La Habana might be right up your alley.
Definitely me.
So be sure to check out La Habana from 25th Century.
Yep. My number 6 is Wondrous Creatures, which Michael didn't play.
And not provided by Bad Comet.
Nope. I did go to a game night, and they're like, let's play something we all know. And I'm like, I don't know it. I'm like, she's like, oh, it's fine. You'll be fine. And this is a game I think you will really like, actually. It is it's super cute. It's so cute. And that's one reason why so many people love it, because it is so cute. But it's basically a worker placement game. You're going to place your little dude onto 2 spaces and collect things around where he is. And you use these resource management super tight, but you're going to use these to build cards. And so the engine building, like Terraforming Mars or any number of games with lots of cards, this has a lot of cards, and you'll have a lot of different abilities. There's a lot of open goals to work towards, and basically you're gonna, as you fulfill these different goals, you'll get medals, and the medals are eventually what will trigger the end of the game. When they're gone, that the game is over. As you get points in the game, you're gonna unlock bonuses, and I think that's probably the weakest part of the game, is like you don't get points very quickly or at all, really. So I was sitting at like 4 points for like over half the game, right? And at 5 points you get something. It's like, I just need like 1 point. And so you're supposed to be able to like unlock more things and get to like 20 points. You'll unlock multiple things, but it's like you don't get those points. So they should have like either adjusted points so you get more in the game, or push that all down further so you can kind of, because as you unlock things on that track, you'll add new tiles to the board that changes up the board. You'll get more resources and kind of like give you a little bit more, and like, because it's a slow start, it's like super slow, and so like,
but you didn't pick up speed,
and then then it's like the very fast ending,
right? That's what I'm saying. It like accelerates toward the end.
There's no real it's like slow and then end. It's like,
whoa.
It's like it's but I thought it was a really good game, and
sounds like you need to acquire a copy of it.
Yeah, I think you would like it.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people like it.
That's Wondrous Creatures from Bad Comet, your number 6 game.
Yeah. My
number 5 game, a game that we just played
again today.
Yep. It's Thebai from Board and Dice.
Yeah.
In Thebai, you are trying to manage your dice, placing them either in the bazaar or on the city board. Your bazaar can be opened up by moving your cadmia tiles, placing those onto the city. That'll unlock spaces in your bazaar and make them available for you and other players to position dice next to those spots in order to activate those tiles on the board. You're also you're only going to get 10 turns in this 10-turn game, but each turn has various parts. Not only are you placing dice on the board, you're also moving an archon on the city board and activating whatever tile you end up on. It's going to, moving your Archon does come at a cost, so you have to decide whether you're going to move them around or move them away. You're also going to potentially complete contracts on your turn, or place one of your extra little bonus tiles that you get for going up 2 tracks. And it wouldn't be a T game without tracks.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because all of the T games from Board and Dice always have tracks. They did at least put 2 tracks in this game, one for the Dionysus track for your citizens and one for the Ares track for your soldiers.
Well, and your estate board is technically a track. I mean, you're trying to unlock
You're unlocking areas for sure, yeah. There's also a mechanic where you've got invaders that will periodically come in, and you have to take a different set of dice, some hoplite or soldier dice, that need to be positioned correctly on the city board to repel those invaders in those rows. Eventually these dice can become promoted, and then they will ascend, much like they do in Teotihuacan.
Yeah.
And unlike Teo, they go to this monuments board and then can be used to get end game points.
Right.
Ultimately, there's a whole lot of ways to score points. Because it is a David Turksey game, there's stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Ultimately, I think maybe 1 or 2 mechanics might have been kept back and maybe added maybe in an expansion, or just for those who just like to keep a base game, they could just keep what that has. There's my main complaint with the game is that you are limited to completing exactly 1 contract. Doesn't matter if you could have completed more. There's ways of getting contract after contract after contract. Contracts are rather easy to collect. I was able to complete 8 of them in a 10-turn game, but there was, at the end of the game, I was like, I can't take any more contracts. I've got plenty of goods. I wish I could complete more than 1 contract, but rules as written says you can do 1 contract on your turn. It doesn't say 1 or more. I assume it's just 1. By the end of the game, you had collected 2 or 3 of those bonus tiles that you can use for those bonus activations. But you can do exactly 1, rules as written. It doesn't say 1 or more. Therefore, I wish that were opened up. I don't know why it's particularly limited for those specific things. So ultimately, I did enjoy it, but my expectations as a T game was a little bit higher.
So do you prefer Qianxia?
Actually, I think I prefer Thebai. Yeah, I think I prefer Thebai. If I had those 2 put to, head to head, I think I prefer Thebai to Qianxia, but I might have to play Qianxia again because Thebai is like fresh in my memory.
I know. So. Unfair. Hey, Rummels.
Hey, Rummels.
Thanks for joining us. More on Thebai later, I guess.
What?
Maybe.
That's my number 5 game.
My number 5 is not on your list.
No. I'll explain why.
Fantasy Realms, Greek Legends from WizKids. I love Fantasy Realms, so this is very exciting for me. I think I know why it's not in your list, but for me, it's still a lot of fun for a filler game, and it's good to have variety. So if you do enjoy Fantasy Realms, this is really really good. It's very much like it. There's one new mechanic that's added, which is an afterlife mechanic, which is on some of the cards that you can choose to discard to your afterlife if it says on the card that you can do that. And an afterlife is going to be minus 10 points, but they score everything else as if it were in your hand. So basically your hand of 7 cards is now 8, 9, 10, however many cards you have collected in your afterlife, but you have to minus 10 points for each of those cards. So,
right. And some cards might send cards to the afterlife, even if it doesn't say on the card. For example, if you've got a monster, it could say it's going to send all those heroes to the afterlife unless the hero has clever or strong, for example.
And that's at the end of the game. So
right.
That's about the
But
worst.
guess what? Those minus 10s, those still happen.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to watch out for those monsters. But they usually are scoring big points if they are doing something like that.
Right.
The common thing of not having enough in the discard area for enough players. So
the discard area, it's limited to exactly 10 again.
Yeah.
So you've got the discard to the afterlife area instead of discarding to the discard area. Hey, great. That's a way to fix it. No, because if you discard to the afterlife area and you don't cause anything to trigger a card to be put in the discard area, guess what happens? One card is going to go from the top of the deck to the discard area, giving your opponents all kinds of manner of card. You don't have any control over what gets put there. It could be something fantastic. It could be what you were looking for at the start. But no, it ends up going to your competitors. And in a 6-player game, you could have 6 cards at the discard pile. You take your first turn, and then your game be over before you even get your second turn. And there's only 10 cards in the whole deck that says can be discarded to afterlife. So ultimately, while I appreciate they did give this new mechanic, they really took a swing and a miss with letting that discard pile problem that came from Fantasy Realms, the Star Trek version of Fantasy Realms, all of these versions. They could have fixed it. Swing and a miss. They did not fix it.
Yeah, it's an easy enough house rule for me and my group. So
yeah, our suggestion, at a minimum, increase the discard pile area by 2 for every player over 2 or 3, depending on how you like it. So for 2 and 3 players, keep it to 10. For 4 players, make it 12. 5 players, 14. 6 players, 16.
It gives people more turns before the game is over. And that's basically what you want. You want the chance to get a good hand.
And I guess the designers might say, oh, well, people are going to be taken from the discard pile. Not if you're trying to rush the ending. If I come up with a random mess of cards that's really fantastic, I'm just going to try to rush the ending. I'm not going to pull from the discard pile. So,
well, yeah,
you don't want to. No one wants to be stuck with a one-turn game.
Nope. But for me, it still made my list at number 5.
Number 5,
Fantasy
not
Realms.
6, 7. James. My number 4 game we've already talked about, and it is Sunavalo from Capstone Games. As I spoiled earlier, this game could go up. I think if I implemented a house rule of just letting those shipping areas come out whenever they come out and just play the entire era, I think it would be no problem. I don't know why it was designed the way it was made. A lot of times designers get these ideas in their heads that, oh, that's the way it has to be because that's the way we designed it and we tested it with this and we don't see any problems with it. But maybe a designer can be too close to their own game where they don't see any possibilities outside of what they've got in their head. I think that helps a little bit with that. Some of the rules regarding where you can place things can be a little bit finicky in particular, especially if you get unlimited storage. Well, yeah, unlimited storage, unless you got something in the spot and then it's not even going to produce. Okay, I get that, but it could potentially drive away some others. I did not mind it that much, that limitation that much, but I'm sure it could drive away other gamers. It could be frustrating, I'm sure.
Yeah, why? If you have it unlocked,
if you have unlimited storage, everything should just move into the unlimited storage area.
I agree.
That was a design decision, I guess.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I did enjoy it enough to make it my number 4 game, even more than you enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I think I gave it like a 7 out of 10.
But it could have maybe gone up a spot or 2.
Yeah.
I think. So.
Oh, I did see a review of this, James, on BGG. He does a really nice outline. If you look at Geek Buddy analysis, he does like he has like 5 different ratings of like, how easy it is to learn, are the mechanics good, and like rates everything.
Nice.
And yeah, it's really well done. I like that a lot, James.
Good job, James.
I was like, ooh.
Be sure to check out Board
really
Games
helpful.
James.
Yeah.
With games being Gaymes, so look him up. Board Games James.
And for me, like, I love the BGG Geek Buddy analysis. So anybody can Geek Buddy anybody on BGG. So
even if you don't want them to.
Even if you don't want them to. But it's nice because then you see all of my comments. Like if you Geek Buddy me, PUNKIN 312. Pumpkin. If you Geek Buddy me, you can look at any game and then see what Steph rates it and what she says about it. And I rate everything that I play. So.
If your tastes line up, then you can. Now, I don't rate any games on BGG. Unfortunately, retaliatory feedback is a real thing.
Yeah.
And I had a designer retaliate, giving my game a low rating, even though he hadn't played it, just because I had critical things to say about his game. So I don't rate anything on BGG.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you have to follow the channel to find out what I think. But Geek Buddy analysis, be sure to Geek Buddy Steph.
I love it. It's like the best feature of BGG.
It is the most underutilized feature of BGG. And it's right there at the top in that top strip, Geek Buddy analysis.
Yep.
This is Mike.
What?
Oh, MICG.
That's still going.
Yeah, it is. I was just making sure. Your number 4 game.
My number 4 is Trinket Trove
from Gamehead.
It's a really great little card game. It's a perfect filler. You collect cards. You have to manage your cards by bidding with them. I love bidding games, and so you have to really, really enjoy that. For me, it fires money. I like the game Money, but for me, this is a better game. So yeah, I definitely think this is worth checking out from Gamehead. It's super cute too. That helps.
Trinket Trove from Gamehead.
James says he rates it by mechanics, approachability, replayability, theme and art, and yearning to play it. And I think that's really clever. It's really smart. Yeah. So
matter of fact, a lot of those are similar to how I rate games. Because a game that does not have replayability ultimately goes down a step on my ultimate rankings. And so all of these little things, I like how James uses those 5 things and breaks them apart like that. I guess
I agree, because my yearning to play something is probably a lot lower than like understanding that the game's theme and art is really good.
Right.
So like I like that you do it that way because
it might not be important for her, so she could just disregard that and then take all the rest.
That's how I end up rating games a 5, because the mechanics are all solid and it's a fine game for somebody, but not really for me, and it's fine.
Right.
Like it's all around just fine. It's not something I want to play. I'd probably rate it a 2 in the yearning to play it. And like,
well, Remmel says, I agree. It's not a good game in my mind if I can't get at least 2 plays. Well, imagine a game board. Let's say Risk, for example, where you've got a static board and you always know that there's Australia is like a place to retreat and then defend, right? What if the game board were modular? You've got more replayability. And increases one little bit on that replayability scale because it's not the same map every time. That's one example of a game that goes up a little bit on the replayability factor. One thing that I might add if I were doing a rating like James is doing is uniqueness. A uniqueness factor, and maybe that might be figured in with mechanics. Is this some kind of a unique mechanic that does things in a way that no other game does it? Because ultimately, if I've got a game that this game does something no other game does, I'm more likely to keep it on the shelf versus this game does what a ton of other games does. Yeah, it's fun and enjoyable, but it's another resource collection or resource management game. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? James says my mechanics rate high if it's innovative. So yeah, that's what I was expecting you would have, is if it is innovative, it's going to be reflected in that mechanic score for sure.
Yeah.
So yes.
All right.
I agree with that. Our number 3.
Our number 3 is the same.
Yes.
Oh my God. And I know a lot of people in this chat are going to really enjoy this one because I already know it's on some people's top favorites of the year.
Whoa. It's 10.
Triple 10.
Triple 10.
It's big.
It's a huge
This is the biggest
game.
roller ride ever, guys. This is like so heavy.
Not just rolling right, but scratch offs.
I love it.
How interesting is that? Now I gotta say, we've got the deluxe edition, which I'm totally appreciative of, with the metal coins. But those metal coins do not scratch the way I want them to scratch, because the edge is a little bit too round for me. I've got to end up going to a real coin or something. I've actually got these cutters that I've purchased from Amazon, because we open up a lot of boxes around here. I use a closed cutter to scratch it off.
So let me
anyway.
In the chat, Spiritual War High, would scratch offs mean it's not replayable? So
that's an excellent question.
They give you 100 of them in the box, but you can purchase not separate.
Yes. So 100 in the box, 100 in the deluxe Kickstarter version, so I think.
200.
So 200, which... Okay, so that means a 2-player game you could play 100 times, but wait, there's more. You can download a digital scratch-off. How cool is that?
I mean, it's not as satisfying, but it's definitely a workaround to needing scratch-offs.
My one complaint with the scratch-offs is it wasn't perfectly aligned on the squares. And so, and this is just a me thing, because I do enjoy the whole novelty of the scratch-offs. I scratched off and I could see barely what I was going to get to the left if I were to go to the left. And I'm like, I can't let it influence my decision, but I really want it.
Cheater.
And so I'd rather it be digital, so I can't force myself to see what I don't want to see. And all it takes is an accidental slip of the coin, and with those rounded coins, I had no choice.
Yeah, you need an actual penny.
I need an actual penny. Anyway, in 10, there are 5 actions you can choose from, and with some of the upgraded actions, if you meet certain goals, like if you have 2 mining levels, if you've unlocked a fishing area, if you have done whatever, you will get some kind of little bonus. Well, whenever you get a bonus of, let's say you find some wood or exo wood, which looks like a tree stump, or copper or iron or whatever, then you are going to mark off something else on your flip and right boards, and you're gonna have a couple of different boards going on at the same time.
You have a lot going
There's a lot.
It's very intimidating if you're just looking at it.
I thought Hadrian's Wall
from afar.
was the biggest, most involved flip and right, roll and right, something and right. This is probably as big as that, if not more. Yeah. Jamie says, I wish we had played 10 at PAX U. Too many games, too little time. Exactly. So, I totally enjoy all of it. Everything is really accessible, easy to see. Everyone gets their own set of colored markers, at least in this version. How cool is that?
Yeah, I think the standard is pencils.
Oh, so really?
I like the markers.
Double-sided markers. One side has a fine tip. One side has a bigger tip, but it's even cooler than that. There's a little shipping area. Let's say you've got a resource that you don't need for anything else. You can ship it to your shipping area. On your big, thick part of the marker, it's really a stamp, because you can just
Michael's like trying to draw with that. I'm like, that's a stamp. He's like, what? I
was like, what? I didn't know. So I just go doop, and it makes a little fishy.
He's like trying to draw with that. So I'm like,
that's so good.
It's a stamp, right?
It was super cute and super involved.
It's one of those games where you cannot do it all. You can barely do one thing. There's so many paths to try and take, but you have to kind of play to the cards that are coming out. Yes. So you want to try and prepare for the next round, because you have a little bit of information of the actions you can get in the following round.
Yeah, you're going to know 2 of them, the 2 advanced ones that are coming out. Now, the cool thing is that once these cards are used, they go to a discard pile, and eventually those are all going to get shuffled up and recycled back out. So those that you've seen, you're going to see again and maybe again.
Yeah. And then every round, you're basically going to get the actions you want, except the one round you really need something, you're not going to get it.
And that's how it works.
That's me.
She's giving you an amen. That's what that is.
That's what happened to me. I'm like, I just need a chopping this round, and then I can get my leg.
Just give me a chop. Just give me a chop. I didn't get a chop. No
and
chop.
I could not get a chop, and it was very sad. So that's what happened. But lots of great choices. Very colorful. Very exciting. It's definitely involved.
Heroic says more involved than the Anarchy. I don't know. I haven't played the Anarchy.
I haven't played the Anarchy. So I can't answer that, but it is more involved than Hadrian's Wall. So if you know that one, I would say this is more. But in size and in gameplay.
But worth it.
Yeah.
It's got dice that are either animals or crops, and they will grow in size and eventually produce stuff for you. There's a neighbor mechanic where if you've got extra stuff, you can be a good neighbor and give them some of those materials, and if you do that, then you're also going to get something good. I had a really hard time getting my tools upgraded. I couldn't seem to get my tools upgraded to where I wanted them to be. And right as I'm about to get, a good little engine going, the game is over. And I guess that's most people's complaints, if that's even a complaint.
I heard it as a complaint. But yeah,
some people want to.
You don't want to start something too late and then have it be finished and then never use it. So it's better to take, what is it called for this part of the board?
Shipping?
No, it's where you stamp.
Shipping?
No, it's called something else. Now you keep talking because now I need to know.
It's a shipping area.
No, it's not. It's something specific.
Yes.
Manifest.
Cargo manifest. Shipping.
Manifest.
Shipping.
No. So heavy.
Bond says they just need to get good.
Yeah, me.
Bonds, who is actually in Tend as one of the guest influencers.
Yeah.
I think Bonds has the fishing goal.
Nice.
You're trying to get your solo fishing score up big enough, I believe is the case. Or something like that. I watch everything, Bonds. So yeah, in a month with only 25 games, you would think this would be near the top, but I have 2 games that's even at least as good as 10. It's hard to get better than this, I gotta say. Because this game was fantastic and is one of the contenders for my 2025 top games. So
yeah, it was really good.
I don't think it's more complicated than Hadrian's Wall, Spiritual Warrior. However, it's got a lot going on.
It's got a lot.
It's not more complicated. It might be more involved. Larger, more stuff to...
More strategies to try.
More moving parts.
Yeah.
But not more complicated. So.
Yep.
If Hi-Ho Cheerio isn't on the game, you're going to riot? No, that is not on. That is our number 3, 10 from Ivy Studios. Definitely, and I think you probably agree, my favorite Ivy Studio game.
Yep.
So shout out to the local guys.
Yep.
My number 2 game is not your number 2 game because you have already played this game and it was not provided by the publisher.
No.
Yet.
Not yet.
Hopefully we can talk them into it. It is Vantage from Stone Meyer Games. This is one of those experience games, and it is a cooperative experience game for those who are familiar with things like Tales from the Arabian Nights or Arthurian Nights. You are encountering things in a storybook fashion. And so you are trying to work together. I got to be honest. I went to this cold area. They say roll the dice. If you roll doubles and it's your first time, you might want to roll again. I'm like, I'm not going to roll my doubles again. I'm going to go for it. They put me in this cold area and I would have, matter of fact, I did die. But then there is a rule that says if you don't feel like you've gotten a fair shake, roll the dice and see, how much you heal. I had a really good recovery roll. We'll just put it that way. And it lasted me the rest of the game, fortunately.
Yes.
Because I died relatively early because I was just plopped in the middle of this cold area.
It said don't go there.
You freeze.
It said don't
I
go
move
there.
again, you freeze some more.
It said don't go there.
It said don't go there if it's my first game.
Yeah?
Doesn't matter.
Was your first game?
I don't feel like we cheated it.
No.
But anyway, This game has all sorts of big, colorful books, but the app, the online version, makes it so you don't even need to look through these books. You can just click the right things and it will tell you exactly.
Highly recommend that. It is so much
highly
easier.
Recommend.
So much easier.
My only complaint, and I'm not even sure it's a complaint because I've got to play it more, is that the world is static, but you need to use this information to make your next run through better. And I see where they're going with that because that's similar to how Seventh Continent was, right? I know that if I go this path, I'm going to get to this area. Well, I've only played Vantage once, but I have played Seventh Continent a few times. And you're trying to get better each time, but based on where you are, you do a better job of it. So I get that. But it's sort of roguelike.
I've played, 5 or 6 times at this point.
Right.
And I still couldn't tell you how to get to the lake over here because there's a city over here.
Though I
have no idea how to do that.
The second or third time we played Seventh Continent, we already had something like the island. We knew what was on the island. We knew how to get off the island. We know where we were going after we get to the island. Am I right? In this, it's harder to figure that out. So, and Seventh Continent was one of our best games. So I'm not going to knock it too heavily because of that. And again, on most other months, this would be right up at the top. Again, I've got a huge contender that pushed it off the number 1 spot.
Yeah, Vantage is pretty great. I really enjoyed my play so far. I don't feel like I scratched the surface of what this game has to offer.
Right, exactly.
I do think that there is sort of a learning curve because you want to play to get the conditions. There's multiple ways to play the game. Like you could just play just to have experiences and see what happens when you go punch a guy in the face. But, that's probably not your goal. So picking the right action on a card, because you can only do it once,
right?
Before you have to move.
That's a catch, is that you do one action on a card, you're not doing any actions on that card again. So
you have to make sure you choose the right option. If your goal is to find a flower of a specific type, you want to choose the option that says luck, probably, instead of the action that says fix, because luck is probably, if you're looking at your little card, is probably a flower that you can pick, and maybe that's the flower you want. Things like that. So knowing the game and how it works and trying to find those keywords to help you do your goals is basically what you want to try and do.
Right.
So there's definitely a lot to explore here.
James says, I started Cozy Stickerville. Like it better than Vantage, but Vantage is way better exploration. Well, I've not heard of Cozy Stickerville.
Neither.
So that's definitely something we are definitely going to check out. Heroic says, Vantage is a masterclass in reducing friction in play. I can see that. Bond says you played some great games this month.
I know.
Full disclosure.
We only played 25.
Number 1, we only played 25, but number 2, December started out really bad and really slow. And then we had game day, and James, not board game James, but our playtester James, got me sick and then Steph sick right as she was going to Maine. So
rude.
First our game day got cut short because James got kicked out of the house.
I was like, get out of here.
Then I got sick. Then Steph got sick and went to Maine. So we had hardly any games played by the time Christmas rolled around, and she got back on the 26th. Therefore, 7 of these top 10 games were played on the 29th, 30th, and today, 31st. So full disclosure, I intentionally played games that I knew would bust onto the top of our lists. All of them except Vantage, Trinket Trove, and Operation Barclay were played in the last 3 days of the month. So, yeah, James.
That's why you don't make lists early. That's why.
James said I would be talented to make you sick from Canada.
Yeah.
You could do it, my friend.
Vantage is great. Glad we played it.
Yeah, there's no recency bias if it's all recent, but hey, there's no recency bias because Vantage, we played early in the month.
No, yeah.
But I made sure, to play knockout games like Tend. Sunavalo, I was relatively sure we would like. Thebai, relatively sure we'd like. La Habana, came out of nowhere. Gwent came out of nowhere. Orbit, out of nowhere.
Well, Orbit, because I'm like, I already know it, and you can learn another game.
Exactly.
So let's play it.
Exactly.
We have time.
Exactly. You're number 2.
My number 2 is Thebai.
From Board and Dice.
Yeah. I mean, I really like how puzzly it is. I like that it's not confrontational without knock people out of the arena or whatever. I like trying to manage all your limited actions to get the most of everything you're doing. It has a lot of things I like. I don't like how long it took Michael to take his turn, but I can't judge that.
Because I combo-tasticed it. And you hated it.
Yeah. I'm like, you're already kicking my butt enough. Let's go.
But I've got this tile I just got. I've got to spend it. And I did.
Okay, great. So probably wouldn't play this with 4 people. I don't think it would be that much fun with 4 people, but probably good with 3.
I would agree.
So for me, it has a lot of things I really enjoy for the game. So it made my number 2 spot.
Number 2. What made number 1?
Everybody probably knows because we had a special stream.
What? Well, they don't know we played it.
No, it's true. They don't know, but they probably know.
They probably know. Does everybody know what this might possibly be?
Number 1.
What is our number 1 game? It's the same for both of us. Jelvia thinks she missed the special stream.
You did.
You did.
Grinch 7.
Grinch 7.
Wasn't a new game.
No.
If they added...
Because it's the same entry.
Yeah. If it was actually a different entry in BGG, then...
Is it a second edition? Yes. Yes, it is a second edition.
How did you know?
Yep. We went ahead and played it. It's Gloomhaven, 2nd edition. Ultimately, the things that we played were not any different, though it was a new scenario than what we had played
We
before.
got totally demolished.
We got our butts handed to us.
And you know what? Michael's like, well, we should have stayed back to rest. I'm like, well, had you suggested that, I would have done that. But you have to actually say the words.
Leroy over here.
You have to say it. Look, you have way more experience in this than me.
Okay, fine.
You have played through all of Gloomhaven. I have played through half of Jaws of the Lion and a few scenarios of Gloomhaven. You have so much more experience than me. I'm like, this is a door. This looks good. My God.
It's that sickness that we've got the last little bits of. We still got the coffin going on. So yes, I have not encountered all of the new things. The one thing I wish Gloomhaven 2nd edition rules had is a little inset that said, if you are not new to Gloomhaven, here are the rules changes you need to be made aware of. There are a few things that I caught while reading it that I think I remember Oh yeah, this thing is now handled differently. This thing is handled differently. Matter of fact, there's an exploit that James, my playtester, and Susan and Aaron and I used a lot. And for those of you who have played Gloomhaven first, you may know this exploit. It is parking someone in a doorway and making them go invisible. And there's no path through the doorway at that point. That exploit has been fixed. But if I were not reading the second edition rules carefully, and it's a 70-page rule book, 70 plus pages, I would have missed where they fixed that exploit, where you can no longer invisible yourself and park in a doorway. That's not allowed anymore because the monsters will go past you if they can. So, Heroic says they fixed it in Frosthaven. Yes. 70 pages.
It's huge.
I highly recommend going through Gloomhaven with someone who has at least can manage the game for you so you don't have to learn it all at once. Bonds is like, ain't nobody got time for that. It's not as bad as it sounds. I would recommend going through Gloomhaven Jaws of the Lion first. It walks you through those steps a lot easier. I did not read those 70 pages. I skimmed those 70 pages. So I'm not exactly certain, because there's not a, hey, have you come here from Gloomhaven First Edition? They don't have that in the rules.
I wish they did that.
I really wish they did, and I think Cephalofair might have dropped the ball on that. That said, it's really difficult.
I was looking at reviews of the second edition, and I saw somebody rated it like a 4 or something.
Why?
Because they hadn't played any other Gloomhaven. It was just too much. So.
But even, okay, let's say you had not played Gloomhaven First when Gloomhaven First came out. One would say you should rate it low because it had a 70-page rulebook back then.
No, I know. They're like, well, there's no story. Why is there a story? It's just all fighting monsters. Blah, blah,
no,
blah.
there is a story.
It's just not their type of game.
It's just not their type of game.
And then everybody else is like, nah.
But it was number 1. Is it still number 1?
I don't remember.
For a reason. Oh, I think Brass is number 1 or something. Anyway, it is in the top 10 for a reason. It's a masterpiece. So, supposedly, Gloomhaven 2nd Edition takes all of the good things that they learned from Jaws of the Lion and Frosthaven, put them in this with none of the negatives that Frosthaven has. Frosthaven is a little bit big even for itself, supposedly. I enjoyed Frosthaven, what little we've gotten a chance to play of it. But it's because it's like Gloomhaven. So... And no, Remmels, it's not 1 rule per page. It is a dense rule book, but it is, you need those rules. For example, okay, your adventure is over. Now you're in the city. What is the city phase? Okay, that's 5 or 6 more pages of what happens during the city phase. You need that. You've got to have all of those rules. Okay, you're playing your map adventure where you're going up against the bad guys. How do the monsters move? There's 3 or 4 pages that basically says first it finds a focus, then it's going to go here. What happens if there's a trap? They cover all that. So many rules creators leave out all these little details that Isaac and Cephalofair don't overlook. There's already a lot of people asking questions, but it's not generally not because things are not in the rules. They're there. You just gotta find them sometimes. Gloomhaven number 4. Thanks, Heroic. Heroic says after years of playing Haven games, still spend time every session looking up rules. That's why it's a 70-page rule book. You don't have to read all 70 pages word for word before you start playing. It's like, oh, hey, This thing wounds. What does wound do? Oh yeah, at the start of my turn, I lose a health. How do I get rid of wound? When I heal, I get rid of wound and poison, and not any of my damage. Thanks to
he's rusty.
I am a little rusty. But everything is in the rules. So I can't fault Gloomhaven for that. The game is fantastic. I remember what things we had trouble with and what things we exploited, and they seem to have fixed all of that. Now, a lot of people are like, I want a perfect game with no errata and this, that, and the other, and I'm going to wait for second printing of second edition. No, listen. Just get it. I mean, some people are going to complain no matter what. There is no perfect rule book. So, Heroic says now it's in part because they've learned from Gloomhaven 1.5, Jaws, and Frosthaven, and the rules are evolving. Yet still, second edition supposedly has huge flaws and errata. Doesn't matter. There's no perfect rule book, and this is a huge game system. There's gonna be mess ups. Yeah. They changed what 80% of the scenarios.
I'd say like that many, yeah.
They changed,
if not more.
They left alone like 6 of the monsters, I think.
Yeah, but buttons and bugs is totally like different.
Right. Is the rulebook heavy enough to be considered a monster in game?
Yes.
Bond says, no, listen, just get it. Yes. Trademark 2025. Listen, just get it. It's a fantastic system. I recommend getting Jaws of the Lion first. I highly recommend picking up the digital edition of Gloomhaven. I think digital Frosthaven is either out or coming out soon. I think it's out already and on 20% sale on the Steam sale. Just pick up those, and if you like those, get this. You didn't care for Gloomhaven your first time. You loved Jaws of the Lion. You loved Frosthaven. You're probably going to love that. Well, you already, I guess, love this because it's your number one position.
It's something I really enjoy. I want to play it.
Yes. So we just need to play it. That's what we're saying. So that's what you're saying, right? Yep. We just need to play it.
Yep. That's it.
Steph is resistant, we shall say, to retiring her characters.
Yeah, I don't like that.
She just wants to play the same character over and over. But I gotta find some way to convince her it's something that she wants to do. Heroic says, I'd research before diving into Frosthaven. It's a different beast. I would recommend getting through Gloomhaven before thinking about Frosthaven.
I want to play 100%. Frosthaven.
Yes, we will. After Gloomhaven.
I want to play Frosthaven.
I know you do, but it is, as Heroic says, it's a different beast.
Michael's mean to me.
No. I am looking out for your best interest.
No, we got to protect the city.
Yes.
See?
But it's necessary.
No, it's not.
And Steph gets the best mood award.
No, that's for heroic. That's for heroic.
So, you just got to roll with it.
It's an epic game. It deserves an epic position in our monthly.
It does. And so I sometimes have problems giving another rating to a game that is so similar to something we've already played.
It's a new entry on BGG.
It is indeed a new entry, but still, you can understand my hesitation. I don't want to take the top slot on 2 different months, for example. That said, there is no disputing the magnificence of Gloomhaven. And I knew it would rate right at the top. I mean, the thing I'm most concerned for is Vantage and Tend, both of which could have been at the top of any number of other months, because those games are indeed number 1 worthy.
Yep.
In a lot of other months.
Yep.
And all 3 are in contention for being on my top 25 of 2025. So.
Yeah, we got some big games played. I'm glad we spent the time to make the insert and do all the things, and for Gloomhaven, because that's a lot of time invested to actually do. Bond
says the U.S. informs her that retiring is not necessary. Retiring, it's just, whatever. You don't need to retire.
Yeah, I don't need to do that.
So, rundown of my top 10 of December 2025. Trinket Trove from Gamehead. Number 9, Gwent from No Loading Games. Number 8, Operation Barclay for 25th Century Games. Number 7, Orbit from Bitewing Games. Number 6, La Habana from 25th Century Games. Number 5, Thebai from Board and Dice. Number 4, Sunavalo from Capstone Games. Number 3, Tend from Ivy Studio. Number 2, Vantage from Stonemaier Games. And number 1, Gloomhaven 2nd Edition from Steph.
My number 10, Unlock Supernatural Adventures from Space Cowboys. Number 9, Gwent from No Loading Games. Number 8, Operation Barclay from 25th Century. Number 7, Sunavalo from Capstone Games. Number 6, Wondrous Creatures from Bad Comet. Number 5, Fantasy Realms Greek Legends from WizKids. Number 4, Trinket Trove from Gamehead Games. Number 3, Tend from Ivy Studio. Number 2, Thebai from Board and Dice. Number 1, Gloomhaven 2nd Edition from Cephalofair.
That's our top 10 of December 2025.
So coming up next week, we will do our top 25 of 2025.
On Sunday.
Yep, Sunday.
January, whatever it is.
Yeah, January, whatever it is.
Let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
so
Sunday.
Come back.
January 4th.
So we'll have that for you.
And it's not in 2025.
Yes.
Because the year was not over. Still not over, but we're not going to play any more new games.
Probably could have had it done today, but you weren't even close, really.
No, because we just added some of these games today, I got to say.
You got to put some thought into it.
I got to put a little bit of thought into it, because you can't just do this willy-nilly, right?
That's right.
You got to think about it.
Yep.
Matter of fact, looking back at my 2024 list, our top 24 of 2024.
Yeah.
There are a few I would change around, even today.
Oh, yeah, me too, for sure.
So
I do think this was a better year for games than 2024.
I think it's
Besides Bomb Busters, which was like the best experience in recent years.
Yeah.
The games this year have just been better all around.
We've got a lot of strong contenders for top game.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced Gloomhaven makes the number 1 spot. So
I'm not convinced it will definitely not for me, but for you. It's no Pathfinder, but it's still very good.
Unfortunately, there's no more Pathfinder adventure card games.
Michael!
I know. I want another one. Okay, let's go do it.
Yeah.
So be sure to check out our top 25 games of 2025, which we will be streaming on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph on Sunday, January 4th. Be here to join us for that. If you enjoyed this top 10 video, we do this the first part of every single month, where we run down our top 10 games that we have played that are new to us that month. And we put it on YouTube. Just search for Board Gamer Steph, where you'll find all of our rules teaches, playthroughs, game overviews, weekly recaps, and everyone's favorite top 10 and top 25 videos. Or even better, you can join us live with all these people here on twitch.tv/BoardGamerSteph. We stream every Wednesday and Sunday night at 5 p.m. Central, and we bring you 3 games or more every single stream. So come join us on Twitch, where we bring you all the games. Hi, YouTube.
That's me. And for those on Twitch, we'll be right back.